Hi guys, this is part two of when I reviewed Ghost Story. If you haven't seen that first review, go check it out on my channel. But basically, the part two is me redoing Ghost Story because, small synopsis of Ghost Stories you haven't heard. Years ago, all the ghosts in Haunted House Schoolhouse were banished by certain students. Now they're back and they want revenge. So Saki Shiku, Kuro Minamosha are two siblings recovering from the trials that lost their mother. After moving to their mother's hometown, they learn that the local schools have transferred to an old building, one side to be haunted. Despite initially brushing off the silly rumor, the two soon discover that the ghosts are indeed real and that they are after them. In Ghost Story is a creepy tale of the lives of these newfound siblings and their newfound friends. They try to survive the school's ghosts with a little help from their pet cat along the way. Now, what I took the joke. I didn't understand that the whole bad sobbing was due because the original script for this wasn't dubbed correctly and direct translated to the original version. So a lot of it, of the subbing, is meant to take as a joke. And I think one of the things that was kind of actually the whole entire joke of it was that the dub was like, wasn't meant to incite any, hateful stereotypes or any comments or just plain confusion. I think overall is like why it was released in Japan because it had a very bad reputation of how it was translated in Japan and then versus when it came over to English is that it just wasn't translated properly. And basically when you're given a show here in America and it has no correct English translation, you're just telling the voice actors, hey, just give it a shot and see what you come up with. Now I feel like overall why it was really exceeding well in Japan because of how it didn't turn out and the ratings there skeptically failed. So definitely if you do watch the dubbing, don't take it too seriously. I apparently did, and I'm sorry about that. It's basically to do as a joke, and basically the best dub has, the English cast done the best that they could. And I feel like for the voice actor, they did really add their own adult twist to it, and really some really funny jokes that caught off and like broke the fourth wall and mocking the show itself. And like a fan dub of comedians or a bridge version, it's just all with all the animation and due to the animation being very not good, and the story very thin due to the lack of transition that there was for the show, and the villain of the week for each episode and the environment and some of the sound designs are just really okay and bland. But this is kind of what saved the English dub. Only appeared via Aplex. I think my only advice to you, if you watch the dub, watch it with a grain of salt. These jokes are meant to be funny, especially the adult jokes, and from the original like source material, that it wasn't really meant to be taken seriously. It's just meant to take as a full heart hilarious joke, and that the source material that it was given to from Japanese to English was taken to the forefront of just being very funny and nothing more than just a big joke. I think overall it's not really a simple story. It just plain simple kids lost their mother, going back to the hometown and trying to survive the ghosts that are necessarily after them. And overall, the characters, like the people who voice this character in English, did a really good job of bringing this character's finest out, especially with all the jokes that they kind of adapted into it, and just meant to be a big joke because the translation from Japanese English didn't really go too well. And overall, I think Ghost Story is really bad, but it's good if that makes sense. I think the framing of the show can be awful, and the dub is very hilarious. All the jokes that are in the show and not breaking the fourth wall is doing a good job of basically giving the English voice out the dub just let them have a go at it, and the dub just what it became that just a hilarious joke. Spanning with the 19 episodes of the ship wasn't translated well, and you gotta work with what you're given, and that's what the English dub voice actors kind of did. Overall, it was just a very hilarious anime that probably I wouldn't know into the state of dubbing during the animation boom in the US. I feel like this is when studios could buy terrible anime to the dub like a complete joke because they were flush with money. And that's simply with the confidence in people buying anime in huge amounts that kind of what they did in terms of this anime. So I think it kind of did a good job for it being so bad. But definitely check out Ghost Story if you haven't already and let me know what you think. If you enjoyed the dub, it was hilarious on your end. This is just a retelling of part two of it because I took the joke way too seriously in my first edition, which I apologize. But definitely check out Ghost Story if you haven't. It's really hilarious, and the dubs is really bad, but it's really good. And if you can enjoy that, especially with the art style that it did come out in, basically, check it out and let me know what you think because, it was rated A7, but let me know what you think and comment down below.